Hello everybody. How you doing? This is game winner 3-1. Right back at you again. This is my first video doing on YouTube. And I'm here to speak a topic for the first time doing a video on YouTube. It's gonna be about semen retention and celibacy. Well, I'm gonna tell you my story. I got on semen retention the first time in my life back in 2007 when I was 18 years old. That's the first time I started doing semen retention. And it was really tough, to be honest. It was a tough road at 18 years old. But I said, you know what, screw it. I did the first time I was doing 2 weeks. See how it works. I almost released, but I kept going. I continue and continue and continue. And let me tell you something. When you're younger, you feel a lot better. It could be any age. But when you do this at a young age, at 18, my goodness, the youth movement for you is even better. You skyrocket your testosterone. You feel a lot faster. You feel invincible. And you feel more energetic, less anxiety. Like you could control your emotions. And you feel so much better being on semen retention during that time. And believe it or not, when I first got into semen retention, I'll say 2005 when I first started. But 2005 was the first time I did it for like 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks. That's when I was like 16 years old. But it failed. I was still young. Because I remember when I was, growing up, they used to tell me, oh, masturbation, when you jack your meat, it says it's gonna make you look ugly. And you know what? I was just for real. I agree. I had to agree. Whatever. I'm like, oh, you're right about that. Maybe I'll give it a 2 week experience. And I did 2 weeks. 2 weeks of semen retention. Not beating my meat or whatever. I did 2 weeks in 2005. I was 16. I did that and then I got the urges once again. When you're a teenager, you're really young. You don't think about all that stuff. I just released it. I said, fuck, screw it. I just released it. So I'm like, you know what? And I continued from there, from 2005. I first started doing this when I was 14 in 2003. I was 14. It was on March. I can still remember the day and everything. It was in March 2003. And I continued from the whole year because it was very pleasurable. My bad. It was very pleasurable. And I did it for so long, for that whole year alone. It was a good feeling, but at the same time it was getting me weak. And I remember I feel like had a little brain fog at 14. I will do it like twice a day, once or twice. I didn't do it twice at the time. I would do it once every single day because it was a good feeling at the time. It felt good. But then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I kept going, and then I started realize that when I turned 15, I started getting anxiety. I started getting panic attacks. Even when I'm taking a train, I can't stay still. I'm too anxious, and yeah, that's one of the reasons. That's one of the effects of masturbation and releasing the semen and the seed. And that's one of the reasons why I'm like, I've been dealing with this for years. And it was a horrible addiction. Like I got so addicted to it. But I was never that addicted to the corn, or like at 17, I kind of wasn't a phase with the corn stuff. Because I bought some DVDs and all that, but I wasn't really addicted to it. I just bought it just in case if I want to watch it. I was more into like the mind person. Like if I look at a picture, or let's say I meet a girl that I like whatever, and then I go home and what I do, I take care of business, and I will bust it up, and that was my thing back then, and I was really addicted to that. Like I wasn't really the biggest addict of corn and all that, but there was some times but I wasn't really big into that. I don't even know the names of the corn stars That's how much I wasn't too addicted to that stuff. And then when I was 18 years old, 2007, that's the year exactly. I was really like, manifesting that like throughout the whole year of 2007. I was manifesting my way not to stop doing that stuff. Like, I want to stop, I want to stop, I want to stop, I want to stop. And I remember my dad was telling me this in 2006. It was like months before 2007, the beginning of 2007, months before. He would tell me I looked very depleted and very pale at the time. It's like, how? And he knew that I was, fapping. So it's like, and he was telling me like, you need some vitamin C or something to keep you like, because you look a little too pale and frail. And like, yeah, I told him I was doing it like that day. I was doing it like 3 or 4 times. Not that same day, but that week. It's like, and he was telling me get 4 days off. You shouldn't do it for 4 days. So I remember when he first started doing it. I listened to him. I took his advice. I went 4 days without doing that, and I went back to it again. And then from there, I continue and continue and continue and continue. And from there, I said, you know what, man? I'm going to find a way to stop this for good. So I say, you know what? Around June of 2007, it was June or July. I think it was July. July 2007. I did a journey. I was on a streak. And I never thought I would be on this long streak. This is when I was 18, mind you. I was on a long streak for 1 year and 4 months. 1 year and 4 months without masturbating. I was celibate. I had a long streak. I couldn't believe that I went that long. And let me tell you something. People say it's all placebo effect or is a placebo effect or is a myth. Nah, this is real. This thing is real. This is real life thing. My anxiety went away. My stamina was through the roof. I had more joy in life, and I was 18, so that's the best time, the best thing. When you're that young, you supposed to have a lot of joy, and I had a childlike, not behavior. Well, yeah, because I was, I was hyper. I was feeling like a kid again. Like I got to enjoy life more. I got to go to places even farther. I had enjoyment. I had fun. Like I couldn't believe that I was bringing that joy's coming back to me. At 18, I felt like I was a kid again. Like during that time, I'm like, wow, I'll go to events with no problem. I'll be around people with no issues. I didn't have no social anxiety, no anxiety at all whatsoever. I had a very little anxiety, but it was very little. But it went away with months after, and I was able to go to places farther. I was able to, I had claustrophobia. I was claustrophobic at the time, and it went away from when I was doing the semen retention, and this stuff really works, man. Like, and I'm at the journey again. I'm in 8 days on semen retention. This is not my first time doing this, on and off semen retention thing. This is like my few times. This is like my long streak of the year. Uh, like a few months ago, I went 11 days semen retention. So I'm on and off in semen retention, but I want to continue that journey. I want to go a year again, at least 30 days. If I do 30 days, that will be fine. And I don't get urges. If it continues from there after those 30 days, I'm gonna keep continuing, and it's beneficial, man. It keeps you looking young. It actually gives you a lot of energy, more social skills, definitely. The aura becomes even better. And also it actually helps a lot of it cures your anxiety, it cures your depression. It actually helps with your functional movements, your mind. It does a lot of wonders, and actually when you play sports, it actually give you a lot more stamina. And it's gonna help you, build that stamina up. And when I'm already 35 now, so that stamina, I need that stamina now. Now I really need it. Like that's why I'm on a semen retention. Because when I wasn't on semen retention, I would get very exhausted. Like, not exhausted to the point, but I'll be exhausted at times. And I will feel like I have brain fog and a lot of like overthinking, negative thoughts, anxiety, stressed out, negative, overthinking negatively. And I wasn't confident enough. But ever since I got back into the semen retention, it's already been 8 days straight. So I'm glad that I'm actually on that long streak once again. And I'm gonna continue doing this. It's not gonna be easy. The last long streak I did, it was in 2022. I did it because I was honoring my father. My dad's since my dad passed away in 2011. In 2022, March 18 was his birthday. So I celebrated for my dad's honor. I went on a semen retention for 20 days. I was gonna continue to like more than that, but I say kind of had a little urge, and I was like whatever, and I busted out. And I regret it, to be honest, but it's not easy. To be honest, it's not easy getting that journey because I got recently back into that. 2020 was one of the years too that I went 18 days on semen retention that year. But I'm gonna tell you something about that. It was good, man. You feel a little, you're gonna feel like those in your 15, 16 day journey, you're gonna feel like what's that, a flat line. You're gonna feel down, you're gonna feel depressed, very sleepy. You're gonna have those moments that you're gonna feel really sleepy and depressed. But it's gonna go away within like 21 days. In 21 days, you're gonna feel a lot of joy in life. You're gonna feel more joy. You're gonna feel more honored. You're gonna feel better, and you could control your emotions better. And it actually does. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the female attraction thing it does make sense, man. You get attracted, like you become more attractive, like very attractive. Like women actually gravitates towards you because of your aura. You're glowing. You feel much better, and you be like, damn. It's weird. At first, it'll be weird because it's like, damn, you never had all those stares and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, women cold approach you, and start having a random conversation with you, crack jokes with you and whatever, for no reason. She just comes to you, and then she feels like you got a lot of good presence around her. Once you get around her, and then she's gonna think, wow, this guy is amazing. He looks amazing. Something about you give me good vibes, and I've gotten there a bunch of times, and it's crazy, how these things work, man. It's because you're spiritually, aware of stuff, and when you hold on to your seed, because that's something that you bring life to. It's life force energy right there. That's something that you bring into the world. You could you could give birth to a kid with your semen, and you know what? You realize that, and that's a seed. When that seed start growing, it glows. So that's part of our life force energy, our seed. We start growing and we start glowing. We start looking better. Why do you think women likes that? Because they see it's like we're nature, part of nature. We're nature. They look at us like we're a tree. That a fruit. Like it's growing fruits out of the tree. People love fruits and they love trees. They love flowers. They look at stuff like that, and you want to be that person. You want to be looked at that way, and they'll respect you more. They'll actually give you more salutes and more gratitude in life. They appreciate you. They will appreciate you. Oh, sorry, I'm mumbling too much. They will appreciate you even more if you get on this purpose, because that's something that you're getting closer to God. Once you reach to that level that you're not busting a nut, because that shows when you're not busting or you're in celibacy, it shows that you're very respectful. You respect your own being, yourself, your life, the nature. And it gets even better in life. Like, it gets even better. You start feeling more joy. You start feeling alive again. It's like when you recover from all this, from the addictions and all that, you feel like you see a brighter day again. It's like, it's amazing. Like your brain functions even better. Your bones get stronger. You become more dense. Skin gets better. You start glowing. Your hair gets better. Your gray hairs. I got some gray hairs, but I had it a little worse back then. But it started going away little by little because all that vitamins and all the minerals, all the nutrients in my semen has increased. So I didn't bust no nut or nothing whatsoever. And also your voice get deeper when days passes by, like 15 days, 15 or 8 days, I don't know how many days exactly, but when days passes by, you start becoming more masculine. You got that masculine tone in your voice. Your body is looking more different. You look more like a man. You look more, you stand out more, you know what I'm saying? And man, guys, you gotta try this out, man. I highly recommend for you guys, especially you young men out there. Women should do it too. Don't think that man only does that. Women should do it too. Women should hold on their semen and stuff like that. Not well on their, I don't know how you pronounce it in the women's term. Their water, whatever. Their ski, their squirts. They should just handle that for a few weeks. Give it a few weeks, and women start looking way better. They don't get depressed. They don't get too emotional. They'll feel happier. They'll feel more energetic. They don't have to be. They don't have no like darker eyeshadows. Like I remember, I'll show you right now. Like 2 weeks ago, I had a week ago, about a week. I had darker eyeshadows right here. It was really dark, and I had like bags in my eyes, and my skin was kind of like it was kind of dull. But I like after those 2 weeks, I actually my skin has improved, and my eyes my I don't have no black eyeshadows nowadays. As of right now, because I've been doing this for like 20 days. Well, 8 days actually. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna go 30 days for now, and my goal is to go back to 1 year. But it's tough, man. At 35 years old, I'm gonna be 36 soon. It's tougher when you're older than when you're young. When you're young, you could get away with it, but when you're a little older, it gets harder because you already became a habit back then. So it's gonna continue to habit. But you know what? I'm gonna work my way up, and I'm gonna do a journey of 30 days, at least 30 days. If I don't get no urges after those 30 days, and I could continue, and I go 50 days, man, that'll be great. That'll be great, and I'm gonna continue and continue and continue. And next thing you know, it'll be 1 year later. Man, that's like I'm gonna bring back that joy once again. I'm gonna have more energy. I'm gonna have more confidence than ever before that I haven't had since I was younger. It's gonna be better, man. Like now that you're matured, mentally prepared of stuff like this, and you've been through that journey before, and you're already prepared about this, you could go through all this and you learn your experience. Once you experience things like this, you become better in a lot of things, and it's mind blowing. Believe it or not, it's mind blowing. This thing is gonna work for everybody. I highly recommend everybody to do this. People they laugh at me for not busting it. It's like, dude, you guys are wrong. And people didn't believe when I went 1 year and 4 months. Nobody believed me. But I proved to them that, well, I can't show proof because I'm not going to be the person that's going to be, because I'm not with that, I'm not with the thing. But what I'm saying is, I could prove to people that I'm not even lying. Like, I could go a whole year. Back then, they had an app for that. Nowadays, they have an app, so now you could show the proof. Back in 2007, they didn't have no phones that you could download an app to prove that you went on a journey for a whole year. Nobody believed me. My brother was the only one that believed me. But my friends, my cousin, the rest of the people, I told them that when I was 18 at the time, going on 19, they didn't believe me. But I wish that app still available. That I will show proof that I went a whole year. That would have been a great time for me to do that. But unfortunately, it never happened. But nowadays, it happens. I got the app. I could show proof. I'm already on my 8-day journey, going on 9 days. And I'm going to continue after. So once I finish with this, man, it's going to be great. And I'm going to be blessed, and I'm going to be grateful for this journey. And it's going to be amazing, man. I'm telling you. I highly recommend it for you guys. Stay tuned. I'm going to do more videos about this, and I'm going to give you latest updates about it. Thank you very much. Is Game Winner 321. Like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, and have a good one.